Hi folks and friends on YouTube. Thanks for being here. I'm Still Dreaming is my channel. And in this video, I thought I would go ahead and read 1 or 2 pages of the book that I got from Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And the book is about St. Francis of Assisi. So before I do that though, I thought I would just show where I am. I am in, this used to be my child care room. So it's just basically a spare room right now because I'm not doing child care at home. So we've been getting a lot of rain yesterday and really poured hard last night. And then today too, just off and on. And then we had a huge burst of rain about 20 minutes ago. So I had to go ahead and bring my rabbits inside the house. So this is just the little setup that I have. I have to keep them separated because sometimes they fight. So that's Mayo in there. And then I don't have a cage for my other rabbit, Pumpernickel. So I ended up having to get kind of creative, and I used a laundry basket and I tipped it over upside down, and then I put this cardboard, folded cardboard underneath. So he's in there. He's pretty contained right now, but this is the way I have to do it, because if I let them loose, they end up making a big mess on the floor, and sometimes they bite things and chew through things that I don't want them to ruin. So yeah, and then over here, this is Gaspar. He's having some blueberries right now. Anyway, so I wanted to do a video today to show my Valentine decorations, but I didn't quite finish, so I'm hoping I can do a video for that tomorrow. And then the other thing is, so I did this calendar because I wanted to start keeping better track of my money that I spend for groceries and essential items, and sometimes once in a while are non-essential. I guess you could count maybe sometimes when I go to the Goodwill bins. That's kind of essential because I always try to look for practical items, you know, useful things. But anyway, so this is the total that I came up with, so which is kind of shocking to me. So for groceries and mostly essential items for this month, for January 2024, I ended up spending $639.41. And then out of the 31 days, I only walked 15 days. So I need to try to do much better on that. So, which February is not off to so good of a start. I didn't spend any money today, but I didn't walk today either. So anyway, yeah, this is my calendar that I got from our church that we go to, Sacred Heart Church. This was the calendar that we got when we went to Mass on Christmas Day. Yeah, so anyways, so the other thing is, let me see if I can explain this. I don't know when exactly, but not that long ago, I did a video because I was trying to show the process that was involved to register with the the Secretary of State to register for the new party, We the People. So, because Bobby needed 70,000 signatures from residents of California to register themselves for the new party that is called We the People, and so that we could get his name on the ballot here in California for our primary election that's going to be on Tuesday, March 5th. So we did that. My son, my daughter, we did it. And then just a few days later, we got these like kind of like receipts, or I guess what would you call them? Basically just acknowledging. See on the back side of the card here, it says, why did I get this card? You are registered to vote. It says your voter registration information was updated. This change was made because you registered to vote, or you moved, or you changed your party preference. So that's where we, what our update was for us here in our home. We changed our party preference. So, and then not too much longer after that, we ended up getting these in the mail, and they're just, I guess, notifications about letting us know if we want to vote by mail, and then, or if you want to vote in person, like the schedule, the places, the voting polls where we can go, and that type of thing. So, and then a couple of days later, of course, we got these in the mail, and these are the our county voter information guides. So we got one for the three of us here. And then, but what I wanted to say was, when I went through the information guide, of course, you know, I didn't see Robert Kennedy's name on the ballot. So, oh, I should have found the page first, but let's see. Anyways, his name isn't on the ballot. So the only thing I can think of is that day that we got the email where Team Kennedy was asking us to go and register for the new party, so that we could get the 70,000 signatures to get Bobby on the ballot. The only thing I can think of is that that day when we did that, that was, you know, by this time, who knows? More than likely, these voter information guides were already printed. You know, honestly, that's kind of what I feel like. These books were already printed. So, and then I also want to mention that I'll show my laptop right here, because I want to show that I went on to the website kennedy24.com, and I tried to ask them a question, because if you go on the website, down here in the corner, that little thing right there in the corner, well, you can ask questions. So so I asked a question, and I asked about, did Bobby get the signatures? Is Bobby on the ballot in California? And I guess I typed my question too long, and so they sent me back a message that said I was exceeding the the number of characters that you're allowed to write the question. So that's all this blue right here. That was me. Like, sometimes I tend to overdo, but anyway, so I asked the question again a second time. See here, okay, so here's the question where I wrote too much, and basically they basically told me that, your question is too long. Okay, so then see this smaller blue box here? See my question? I'm asking them, did RFK Jr. get enough signatures to make the ballot for California primary election? So I wanted to show you what their response was. See, this is them answering me back, and it says, I am sorry, but based on the context available, I cannot provide a certain answer. The last update in the context is about RFK Jr.'s efforts to gather signatures for various states, but there is no specific information about the status of his campaign in California. So, I couldn't get a real definitive answer to my question, so I don't know. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna let that discourage me. We still have time, so I'm gonna try to stay hopeful about all of it. And I would like to encourage everyone else that's trying to support Bobby or wants to support Bobby for president to not get discouraged. Okay, you guys? Okay, so this is the book. This is the book that he wrote. It's the only children's book that he wrote, and it's about Francis of Assisi, and he calls it A Life of Joy. So, let's see. So, okay, I'm just going to read this page, and then we'll do another page in a day or two. So, this is the author's note, and it says, Saint Francis, for whom my father and I were named, was a kind of patron saint for my family. My first memory, I was 1 year old, is of sitting below a statue of Saint Francis with my father's black lab, charcoal, in the garden of the Georgetown home where I was born. The next year we moved to Hickory Hill in the farm country of Northern Virginia. Franciscan iconography decorated our home, and the garden bristled with shrines and sanctuary celebrating Francis and his friars. As a born animal lover and the saint's namesake, I felt a special affinity for Francis. My bedroom walls sported more than 40 framed pictures portraying events from his life. My mother and father read us stories of the little flowers, the flowers of St. Francis, whose devotion to God and his creation gave them a special relationship with the animals. Theirs was the primary virtues: courage, sacrifice, generosity, and love for the poor, that my parents sought to instill in their 11 children. I read every book I could about these noble men who embraced humility and poverty, served the vulnerable and sick, gave their lives joyfully in martyrdom, and saw every hardship as a gift from God. Francis continues to be an important part of my life. My own garden in Mount Kisco, New York, has 2 shrines of St. Francis. His stories line my bookshelf, and scenes from his life adorn my office walls. I often visit Graymore, the Franciscan monastery at Garrison, New York, for spiritual retreats. Just as when I was a boy, my prayers to St. Francis are invariably answered. Every night my wife and I kneel with our children around the bed to recite the prayer of St. Francis together. All right, you guys, we'll read another page tomorrow or the day after. Okay, good night. Bye.